Problem number 1 for circle. So we have the situation. A single lane street, 10 feet wide, goes through a semicircular tunnel with radius 9 feet. How high is the tunnel at the edge of each lane, or at the edge of the lane? Round off to 2 decimal places. So in the problem, if we illustrate this, we will have a semicircular tunnel. So it's half circle, okay? And then, according to the problem, the radius of the tunnel is 9 feet. So, let's say, if we say that in the middle part, this is where your center lies. So, ibig sabihin, from this point up to the end point of the tunnel, this is 9 feet long. Same goes from this point going to the other end, that is also 9 feet long. Okay? So, the total width of this tunnel is 18 feet if we follow the distance or the radius. And then, from this point going up, that will be 9 feet. That is also the radius. So, we have here 9 feet. Meaning, the height of the tunnel is 9 feet at the center, following yung ating radius measurement. And then, yung single lane street natin that goes through it, that will pass in the middle, of course. So, let's say, that will pass through the middle part. Okay? So, ganyan siya. The middle part. From the center, and according to the problem, that is 10 feet wide. So, from this end of the lane up to this other end, that is 10 feet wide. Okay? 10 feet. Meaning, from the center going to one end, the distance is 5 feet or halfway. Because we have here a certain middle point or yung pinaka halfway nila. So, let's plot this in a Cartesian plane just to show bakit nagha-half-half tayo doon. So, technically, this is your center, this is your circle, and then we'll plot the center at 0, 0. So, if we have the Cartesian plane with xy axis, okay, so this is your x-axis, and then this is your y-axis. So, let's say your semicircle goes through that. The center is at 0, 0. And then this is 9. This is 9. Okay? And then this is also 9. Since we are following the ratio. So, from the center to any point in the circle, those are 9 feet. So, the height is 9 feet at the center. And then, here goes your single lane. Okay? So, your single lane will be 10 feet wide. Ibig sabihin, if that is 10 feet wide, the total of this is 10 feet, this will be 0 to 5. The other one is 0 to negative 5. Okay? So, 5 then. 5 plus 5, that will be 10. That is the total width of your single lane that passes through your tunnel. Okay? So, the question in the problem is, how high is the tunnel at the edge of each lane? So, gaano daw siya kataas at this part? Ito, dito sa edge na to, gaano siya kataas? Okay, gaano kataas yung tunnel kapag nandun ka sa pinakagilid ng kalsada? So, symmetrical sila. Okay? We identify a certain point touching the ceiling or yung pinaka-curve natin. That point will be represented by the coordinate 5, y, since y is still unknown. So, the center is at 0, 0. If I ask you about this point, dito sa gilid, this is 9, 0. If I ask you this point, this is 0, 9. So, nagko-coordinate lang tayo with regards sa direction in the circle. Now, since ang pinakagagamitin natin in the problem is this point, itong point na nagtatouch dun sa katapat mismo ng edge ng lane, you'll identify a certain coordinate for that point. So, that is 5, y. Okay? Given that coordinate, given that illustration, we cannot answer the problem with just those things. We still need the defining equation. So, to write the defining equation, balik kayo dun sa basic characteristics nung binigay sa problem. So, this is about circle, and then the center is at 0, 0 in the Cartesian plane. No other points given in the problem. So, the center is at 0, 0. And then, the radius given in the problem is 9 feet. Okay? Using these two variables, we can say that the standard form of equation for the circle with these characteristics or parts will be x squared plus y squared, since it is at 0, 0, and then is equal to 81. Okay? So, that is from x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. Okay? So, ang r natin is 9. The square of 9 is 81. This is now your defining equation. Defining equation meaning any points here is true to that equation. So, to find the unknown at this point, we will substitute 5, y to our defining equation. So, we have 5, y, and then we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 81. Substitute x and y, we have 5 squared for x, and then y is unknown, so we have y squared plus y squared is equal to 81. 5 squared is 25 plus y squared is equal to 81. Okay, copy lang natin. And then isolate the variable, we'll have y squared transpose positive 25, we will have here 81 minus 25. Okay, positive will be negative on the other side. And then y squared now will be equal to 56. To get the value of y, we will take the square root of 56. So, take the square root of y squared, take the square root of 56. Your y now is equal to 7.48. Okay? So, meaning, this y represents the unknown in this point. So, we have here 5, 7.48. Okay? So, to answer the problem, we now have the certain height at the edge of the lane. We'll answer the problem with the tunnel is 7.48 feet high at the edge of the lane. At the edge of the lane. Okay? So, after solving, we get the final answer 7.48, and then use the correct unit of measurement. The tunnel is 7.48 feet high at the edge of the lane. So, quick recap lang. What we did, we illustrated the problem based on the given conditions, and then, okay, identify certain points to be used for the problem. Okay, follow kung ano yung mga binigay na numbers. 10 feet yung ating lane, 9 feet radius ang ating radius. So, upon drawing that, identify the defining equation and then the points that can be used to answer, okay, to substitute. And then substitute it in the defining equation, and then after getting the final answer, you answer the problem using sentence form.